I'm Liz. My pronouns are she and her.
Hi, I'm Christy and my pronouns are also she and her.
And we're really excited to have a little chat today.
Absolutely. So we've both co-edited with a group of wonderful people, a special issue of the Health Sociology Review on trans health. And we're going to talk about why we think that's interesting and important.
Absolutely, we are.
Awesome.
So we set ourselves a little task of coming up with three reasons why talking about the social aspects of trans health are important.
Yes.
So
who's going to start?
I'm happy
You go.
to.
You
Okay,
go.
great. The first reason that I came up with is that trans health is joyful. It's really exciting. It's so wonderful to be working on a topic that we can see impacting the lives of trans people so positively, so beautifully. Like in some of my other work, working with kind of health professionals that are providing gender affirming care to trans people around the country, they often say that it's like some of the most exciting and fun and happy medicine that they get to provide, because we get to be affirming people in front of our very eyes. And I think that just is the same for research. We see the benefits and the outcomes of what we do. Just they're so wonderful to see.
So good. So
How
my
about you?
first one, I've started with the keyword sociology, because this is a sociology journal, Health Sociology Review. And I guess I have a very deep, long-standing personal commitment to health equity, which for me is about all aspects of our society, of all societies having equitable rights, entitlements, and capacity to access the forms of healthcare that they desire and deserve. And trans health, for many different reasons, has become an area where some of those questions around equity of access are quite contentious. And I think that sociology has such important contributions to make in challenging some of those debates and the ways that the framing is happening in certain contexts, in popular and political contexts. But also, more generally, sociology, I think, is just a really essential discipline in helping us understand how social structures and how power relations shape and constrain the ways in which we understand and promote health, and the way that we are able to seek care, the way that we are able to be well. And that's, I guess, why I thought contributing to the work that is happening around the world in bringing a social perspective to this important area of trans health was really an exciting thing to do right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess I can go next
Number two.
again.
Yes.
Number two. Well, I think there's been a lot of conversation lately around freedom of opinion, freedom of speech, freedom of thought, especially as it relates to trans and gender diverse issues. But I think that whenever we're talking about the freedom to have opinions and perspectives, especially in research and health, they have to be based on fact and based on research and based on the lives and the voices of the community that they're talking about. And so when we're doing any kind of research, but especially sociological research, we're talking to trans people and we're learning about their lives and about who they are and how they are. And that informs our ability to have these diverse, free discussions from a standpoint of respect and care for a population that needs a lot of care and support.
So you're going to think that I've copied you, because I basically had almost the same point but slightly differently articulated.
You can do it better.
No, not at all. I think it's really interesting that's what you've said. So, I think that as a research academic, quality research is absolutely essential for us being able to design the kinds of social systems, policy systems that we need as our society's needs evolve and change, and as our understanding of those needs evolves and changes. And for me, quality social research, sociological as well as other approaches on lived experience as well as representations, discourse, text, is absolutely critical in this field of trans health right now, because there are just too many voices, sharing their opinions well outside their area of expertise in this space at the moment, and not grounded in strong empirical research evidence around those two things, around the framing and around the experience. And this is why I think creating spaces for high quality research to be able to provide really reliable evidence, I do like the word facts also, is something that I really hope we can all be trying to do more of at the moment.
I reckon we can. Do you want to go?
Okay,
first?
the last one. Yeah, that's a good idea. So my last one, I guess, is about the processes that we brought and the sort of intentions that we brought to this idea of doing the special issue as a team. And it is grounded in a commitment that I have, but because of the work that I've been able to do in social research on health, gender, sexuality over many years, and really informed by the HIV and response in Australia, which takes very seriously the idea of partnership and collaboration across research, community, advocacy, clinical policy perspectives, with the understanding that if you are not working together, you will not be able to affect change, and you will not be benefiting from the different knowledge systems, the different perspectives, the different ways of understanding both what problems are and what solutions are needed and how to achieve them. So it was really exciting to me that when we had this idea about doing a special issue, this most wonderful team said yes pretty much straight away, which was fantastic. So it was myself, you, Liz, Son Vivian from Victoria, Peter Aggleton, Kristen Davies, Kerry Robinson, and Anthony KJ Smith, and what a remarkable team it's been to working together. So I've just so enjoyed it. And so I guess that's my point, is the idea of partnership in the trans health space is absolutely fundamental, and I think that strength in partnership is going to be really critical in the next few years.
I love that, and also I'm kicking myself that I asked you to go first, because that's my third point as well. The idea that there's no strong way of doing this research without involving the communities that we're researching, both in talking to them and getting their responses and their concepts and ideas, but also in the design of the research and in the conducting of the research itself. I've been so thrilled to be part of this team and following it as it goes along and providing the contributions that I can throughout the process. And it's just kind of, it's made me feel really positive about this process as being one that affirms and supports trans people in every aspect of what we're doing. I mean, I think it all goes back to that the classic disability rights slogan of nothing about us without us. Like, how can we be doing this research if we're not platforming trans people all throughout, and seeing that is not like just a stringent box ticking requirement, but actually a joyful process in and of itself.
Absolutely. And I guess from that, want to really thank the authors of the papers that we were able to publish through an incredibly challenging year. It was COVID.
Goodness, I know.
People said they were going to write papers, and we're so grateful to the people who were able to do that through that time.
And the papers are just wonderful.
And
they've done such a good job.
Some really fantastic new and established trans voices coming through, many of those papers also, which we hope people will read and help to promote for us. Can I also just say, and I've already given a big plug to the rest of the team who are incredible, but also to the journal editors themselves, Karen Willis and Sarah McLean, incredibly supportive through the process, and also Raywyn Connell, who
wrote our incredible kind of conclusion to
afterwards commentary piece at the end of the special issue.
I think brings the whole thing together, and especially when we've talked a lot about, so much of our issue is talking about kind of the global north and kind of Western ideas of trans health, and it really goes to kind of look at that idea that trans health is so much bigger than just a Western approach.
Absolutely.
And how important those perspectives are.
Absolutely. And really understanding if health equity is the priority, then the inequities that we need to be challenging are not only internal to specific countries, and the papers that we have are from Australia and the UK and New Zealand, all English speaking, very much global north, health equity in thinking about trans health and how to promote it really needs sociology and related disciplines to understand those fundamental differences and the very different strategies that are radical strategies that are required in order to achieve equity in different contexts.
Which I think really goes to say that this special issue is extraordinary. I hope everyone goes and reads it and enjoys it, but I think it's, it's the beginning of what we hope is this potential explosion in research that follows these like values and ethics of inclusion and care that we're trying to embody, and we hope that's not the first one or the only one, and that this research continues in this big, wonderful way.
Absolutely. And I also hope that we've flagged some of the people internationally who are also doing this work in our introduction. But there were so many people to try to acknowledge there.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, it is incredible. But it, I guess it does speak to the sense that we need really high quality social research right now, and let's hope we see more and more of it.